Hello and welcome to another technical analysis. It's been a while, but I'm super excited to show you what's going on in the charts and what's going on today. Sorry if you hear the dog whining. He's also very excited about the charts. So I'm not gonna let you wait any longer, and I'm gonna take you to the charts. Okay, so we will start with Bitcoin on weekly. We'll dive in and go back to weekly because that's the long-term perspective, and that's the perspective that I really like and appreciate, is the weekly and the long-term perspective, because some people are just too close on the charts and then they get lost into all the candlesticks. So guys, if you like technical analysis, my best advice is to always go back on weekly because it will give you some rest and some chill. Right now, I'm in the best comfortable position. I've been doing technical analysis for the last 6 years. I'm very comfortable right now because I have like a lot invested in cryptocurrency right now, but I also have a lot to still invest. So for me, either what the market does is a good thing. And I think that is something I want to give you as an advice today, is that you should always play on both camps, right? You should never be all invested and you should never be like all stable, right? Or like fiat, or you should have both. You should have coins and money to still invest, like at all times. Then some people may say, yeah, but like, what if the market is on its all-time high? Do you still have fiat? Like, yeah, I still have 10% of what I wanted to invest. I still have right there, just in case if the market takes a drop. You never know what's gonna be like the all-time high. So it's my best advice for today. As today is a special day because Bitcoin hit 40,000, now 40,060. So it is quite special as this rally keeps on going. We kind of skipped the level between 30 and 32,000 as a support. And yesterday we broke through the resistance of this 37.5, which was a very big resistance. The only thing we have left now, which is quite a big one, is this beautiful channel you see here. So we're bumping in between this beautiful pattern, and right now we are at a resistance in this pattern. If the market breaks through that, then we are for sure more bullish than ever. Like, this is like, if it breaks through this, then we are bullish for sure. And this pattern, like what's happening here, right here, it makes me think of 2019, when the market went from its all-time low dip to or just a very low dip, where it stayed for 4 months. It went to 14,000. So from 3,000, around 3,000 to 14,000 was quite a big run, quite a big push. And there we had some very big volatility. Also, the RSI was overbought, and then we had to come down back to 3,900, 5,000, something in between that. And then the bull run started. So I think what we're looking at now is not the beginning of a bull run, but it's just the beginning of a relief rally. Okay, so the market was very much unappreciated here, and now the market begins to get more appreciation. There's some very nice moves to the upside, and the only thing that's holding us down right now is this beautiful trend line, this beautiful pattern. Okay, so yeah, that's it for weekly. If we push through this, then for sure we're gonna head over, we just move this to the 41,500 and then up to the 48. I already announced that this 48 level is a very special level, and yeah, we might push through to there in order to then correct, because this market is just some volatile. It can get very volatile, so make sure that you have both things, have fiat and have crypto, so you can de-risk. You're not too attached to your coins, so you can de-risk nicely. But yeah, this is just let's take a suggestion, but that's what I try to do. Okay, let's take a look at the RSI, the relative strength index, and you can see actually a very beautiful pattern here. So we went from this low here, from this here, we went there, here, and now we went all the way here. So this looks like a nice pattern, right? Let's see if that is going to be the case, because if this is the case, then we have a reversal, and then we could end up back at like 94. So if we take this in percentages, then we should go 18% more up. Let's see. That brings here 18% from here. 18%. That brings us around that 67, 68, 47, 48. I'm sorry. Yeah, could happen maybe. And we have this beautiful pattern that it will play out. But as soon as we like a market that rises and that pushes up always has to come down too. So the more bullish we get from here, the more resistance we will have here, the more we will have to come down again. So that's quite like the logic of the markets. The more it pushes, the harder it pushes, the harder it has to come down too. But I don't think this market is ready to just go into this bull run yet. It's just not there yet. We're just coming out of this downside. It's just, it doesn't add up for me because of previous patterns. We could see that the market always took a dip before going off, and that doesn't mean that we cannot still reach heights. I just don't think we will reach new heights as if over 67,000. I don't think we're gonna do that. It's just my opinion. Do your own research. That might help a lot. Oh, go back to the weekly, and what I like to do is like put the Bollinger Bands on. And as we see here, we're very like overexcited. It's a very excited market. As you can see at the RSI, it's very overbought. You can see this too. And I might head back to this middle line, this orange line, to go back into his comfort zone. But this rally seems like very strong. So this tonight's candle, like the closure of tonight's candle in 4 hours, 42 minutes, is going to be very important to see what next week is going to bring. Because today was not a lot of volume. Look at that, 0.09%. Okay, that's not a lot of volume. And let's take a look at that. So, okay, good. What we can see here is a spinning top candle. It's a doji, depends how it closes, of course. And reaching this line, by reaching this trend line that you saw, that was massive. So reaching this line and kind of rejecting it is a good sign for the people that still want to buy. It's no insurance, of course. It went off from this resistance, and it didn't quite make a support yet. Like 3 days ago, it hit at that level, but not quite nice. So maybe it will return to this 37.5 to make a support. I don't know what you think. You can always let me know in the comments below. Super excited on your opinion about this. So if it stays under this trend line, and then we might head down back to 32, 30, something around here. If it doesn't and it breaks through, then I think 48 might be a good target. Let's look at the, I like to keep it simple. I don't want too much indicators. May seem like I have too much lines here, but that's just exactly the lines I need to know my support and resistance. So let's take swing high to swing low. And then we have here 48,500s, the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and the 0.5, which is also a very important level. Right now, we rose above the 38.2 Fibonacci level. let's just take a look on what 2017. Oh, my magnet is on. Let's do it like that. Okay. Let's just take a look at what 2017 to 2021 did with those fib levels. There you go. Swing high to swing low. There you can see beautifully. So it also came above this 38 level, but it tested. Okay, so no, here. It went above this 38 level to stay like right under the 0.5 level, and then tested on the 0.618. So that's actually very curious. If you see how the market reacts right now, it's kind of the same. It just passed the 38.2 level without like noticing, just poof, right through it. And then in just 2 weeks time, it did just in volume 55%. So is this what we're going to see next week? A very bullish momentum, a top until here, a wick until here, to go down again? Could be possible. I think at this point where the market's so bullish and doesn't want to come down, if it comes above this trend line here, I think for sure we're going to see a very bullish momentum to close off, because what do I always say? A trend tends to end in a climax, okay? And if we're going to end this uptrend through a climax, then for sure we could see a 48. But I don't think the market is ready to make new all-time highs. That's just for sure. Okay, so just let's wait and see how this candle closes. I'm super excited to see how it will react, because there's not a lot of volume. Which caught my attention yesterday was the DXY. And here it is. So this is the dollar index. And this dollar index is just a beautiful chart, representation of the strength of the dollar, of course. And you can see that the dollar was kind of weak these last weeks. And that means like whenever the DXY is weak, crypto tends to be more bullish, okay? So all these candles represent the strength of the dollar index market. And as we've seen in previous lessons, for the people like the students that are listening or people that know the money flow, it's fiat, Bitcoin, and then the altcoins, and then the small caps, and then the really, really small caps, and then it starts again, right? So whenever the dollar shows weakness, it's going to flow into the markets who are alternative. That means like stocks, derivatives, and also, yes, crypto. So what we're seeing here is a touch of the trend. We had a downtrend, it got broken, and now it tested to go back up. So I think this as it tests here, this is what we might see. Although what we can also see, because this market almost opens like at 11 tonight, that's in a few hours, this market may test a little bit more like this levels in order to go up again. So there's two kind of narratives. Or the DXY market opens very strong and we have a green candle shooting up, crypto coming down, Bitcoin respecting his beloved trend line. Or DXY reacts bearish, goes down a little bit more right to this trend line, because that's what it always does, like it tests the trends. For a bearish candle this week, crypto gets a lot of momentum, Bitcoin goes above his trend line. Oh, I'm sorry. Bitcoin goes above his trend line and we hit higher levels. So it's all dependent on like all the markets work together. It's important to see this DXY too. I don't want to blabber on too long. I don't know how long it's been. I hope this is interesting, but let's go take a look at other markets, because there's some interesting things happening. These markets. So here's Ethereum. We can play a little bit with the trend line, but that's it. I think this is going through. We have this very strong triangle here who was broken and retested, and right now it may seem that the candle is going through the pattern. On a daily, we see that the candle already went through this pattern. But on a weekly, it's a very solid pattern. We have a very beautiful resistance right here that's now been broken. So this trend with this resistance, I don't know, it's showing like it's a little bit scary to look at it right now, because if it doesn't stay under this line, it will not continue downwards. I have some targets for Ethereum. I just really wish to buy Ethereum at it from 1,600 on 1,250. I got some, you know, cool ideas on Ethereum if it might stay under here, but if it closes here and it opens bullish, then I just don't know. Then I'm gonna remove my targets and just see where it goes. I'm not gonna buy either. What I already explained is with a pattern like this, and especially such a beautiful triangle, it will take the width of the triangle as a official breakout point, which will bring us to 920 as a buy-in price. That would be just lovely. There's no promises, but that would be like super nice. Yeah, that would be super cool if Ethereum would do that. But on a daily, it's just showing like a little bit of weakness. Sorry. Although this could also be a bearish candle. Let me just put the Bollinger Bands on. It just squeezed, which is the exception for the Bollinger Bands, right? If the Bollinger Bands squeezes to the inside, then the market tends to take the upside of the Bollinger Bands as his support and keeps on rising. So if he does that, if the Bollinger Bands does that again, and if the market tends to follow the upsides, then we're not going to get these lower targets, and we're just going to keep on rising. Let's just see how this candle closes, because on a weekly it can still close here and then we might head back down. Good. I just don't know what to do with my window today. Okay. Ripple is in a uptrend, which is good. It had a very long low, and what Ripple likes to do is like flash up and then stay low for a long time and then flash up again. But we did have some less great momentum. Here we had some great momentum, and then there was some less strong momentum, which kind of convinces me that Ripple is not ready to rock yet, although we have some nice long wicks to the downside. So I think this might be a double. I don't know. Let's look at it a daily. Market is very like under pressure because it's been consolidating. Just like we saw here, we have consolidation, then a breakout together with this squeezing of the market right here. But what is very interesting with very volatile projects is that whenever the market squeezes, it leans to the opposite side where it wants to break out. So hopefully for Ethereum, we're going to see the same thing, that it now leans to the upside in order to go down, because I really want to buy Ethereum. I'm just waiting. I have some, of course, but would just be super nice if Ethereum would go to like 1,250 to buy it there. Let's see what happens, of course. For the altcoins, there is just a major opportunity because all the altcoins are quite undervalued. Let me get rid of this Bollinger Bands. If you just see this pattern, then you can see that this is so undervalued, so low. Wow, this is a lot of dojis right here. Could mean bullish candles. Could mean bullish candles for sure. It tried to come back to this line. It's a very strong trend here since August 22. So very strong trend. 1 year and 4 months it's been in this trend. Now it's just waiting to retest. So again, if we see a bearish market in Bitcoin, Ethereum, a bullish market on the dollar index, then we might head down to this line You could buy at 32, actually 38, 32, it's not such a big difference. I already bought, like right here, 36 I bought, 34 I bought too, but already have Cardano. But it would be cool if you could buy it at 32, it would be 17% discount, which is nice. Chainlink might head down. I just don't know. The higher it goes, the lower it has to come back. So I'm just waiting to buy this one too. I do have a lot of Chainlinks and I'm looking at selling it once it like really tops. So if it bursts out here and it goes to another level, then for sure I'm going to sell some of my Chainlinks that I have now, because the higher this goes, the lower it has to come back. So same thing again, overvalued on the RSI. And yeah, just super excited to see how that plays out, because it's just hanging there. I mean, it's just hanging there. It's got so much levels to test. 8.2. I really want to buy at 8.2. Let's see if that happens. It just broke through and never came back. Let's see how that plays out, because normally we have to test resistance as a support to go higher, right? So that's happening. And then, of course, let's end with the total market cap, which is a little bit, why is my trend line so sloppy? Let's like this. I would like to have it like this. For sure, trend broke and is still under it. So the whole crypto market in general is just, yeah, it's just retesting. It doesn't look like a retest, but it's like so intense. And the market cap could come back to 1.24, maybe to 1.1, which is a very strong level, in order to gain some from resistance to make some support. There we go. So, right, I want to just end this with saying that, first of all, it can be good to have both, because the halving is not 4 months. And I don't think that the market's going to shoot before the halving, which means that you can make money, but just to make sure that you're diversified. We found a lot of very interesting projects. You should look at the episodes of Eve, my colleague, my partner in crime. He's just making awesome fundamental videos. For me, it's just technical. I think the best way you could do is like, let go if you're happy, put a little bit of targets, because I think the market's going to go like this before it can stabilize and have this new bull run next year. So I don't think we're ready for a bull run, although you can make beautiful results just by checking out the market and having these like 50% gains times 2 gains. Like, let go. Don't try to hold on too much, because in this volatile times where the market is still very low, you can make a lot of profits. I'm just saying. Well, keep your heads up and stay positive, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. I hope you are ready. I am. If you want some extra details on crypto, download my free crypto guides underneath this video in the description, and let me know what you think. Maybe like the video and comment, and then I see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.